So unused to this location. Hi, I'm Libby Gibson, Town Manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. We're doing a special edition, I guess we could call this, of the show here at the Public Safety Facility immediately following the Selectmen's meeting because we have a timing issue going on here. So to briefly go over what the board did tonight, we had accepted a resignation from the Airport Commission. David Gray resigned from the Airport Commission due to a lack of time and some additional responsibilities he's taken on at the DPW. And so we're going to be looking for applicants, and the board is intending to make an appointment in the middle of March. So if you're interested in being on the Airport Commission, go online, get a committee interest form, and fill it out. We had a building permit penalty fee waiver request that was kind of tabled. We had a commercial scallop license sort of fee issue that was dealt with. What else? Let me get to the real stuff here. Our sewer planning work group was seeking some additional funding to meet more frequently with our consultants on the comprehensive wastewater management plan update, which was basically approved. We had a couple of public hearings for telephone petitions. The board approved, well, there was someone whose commercial shellfish permit got suspended for 5 days, down from 30, so 5's not as bad as 30.
What happened?
Well, there was a violation of the shellfish regulations, and when that happens, there's a penalty.
You mean like the environmental police?
No, the local natural resources department.
Okay.
I'm getting tired, Gino. You know I've been sick for a while.
I know. You have a sinus infection.
I have a sinus infection.
You have it still?
Well, I don't know if I feel like I still
What does a sinus infection do? I've never even heard
Okay,
of it.
I'll tell you what. Look it up online.
All right.
WebMD. Tell you all about it.
And is it exact? I mean,
Well,
if I read
it's
it, that's what
mostly
it is?
exact,
All
not
right.
totally. We had a public hearing to consider amendments to the Nantucket Sewer Town, as opposed to Wisconsin, Sewer District. These are several articles on the town meeting warrant. The board had a public hearing on them. They tabled one of them, which is called Article 70, to March 19th, if you're interested in that. They approved a new common victular entertainment and liquor license for the premises at 12 Cambridge Street, which used to be 12 Degrees East most recently, and now it's going to be called the Nautilus.
Ooh.
Sounds interesting.
Fancy.
Sounds fancy.
Mm-hmm.
There was also an alteration of premises approved for the Jared Coffin House on Upper Broad Street. They basically, to make a long story short, got approval for an outdoor bar.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah. I reviewed with the board town administration recommendations regarding the use of free cash, which is certified for use right at the moment. And we talked about that a bit. We're going to forward our recommendations to the Finance Committee. The board endorsed them, basically. We also discussed the enforcement order that's been issued by the Conservation Commission against the town for the Sconset Bluff Erosion Control Project, which wasn't actually town work. It was our partner's work, SBPF, Sconset Bluff Preservation Fund. And so we're dealing with that now.
Do we know what's going to happen?
Well, there were evidently, Kara, the DPW director, the Concom meeting was going on at the same time as our meeting. So she came down right in the nick of time for our agenda item. And I guess there are a number of things that need to be provided to the Concom. This isn't the end of it. It's going to be taken up again. And so I think some things remain to be seen. But we need to develop maybe a little better of a plan to more frequently inspect the project and or have our partners make sure they are not going outside the permit. So there's certainly going to be some discussion about that. Okay, interesting. Last item. We had some discussion about a potential shuttle to the fast ferries from 2 Fairgrounds Road, right next door to here. I'm not totally clear on if it's for the summer or all year round, but obviously we can't start it tomorrow. So we're going to get some people working on this. We're going to come back to the board at their first meeting in March with an update.
Pick them up here?
They would pick them up at 2 Fairgrounds Road.
Oh.
So there's going to have to be some improvements over there to the parking situation.
Oh.
And so our first order of business, I think, is going to be to see what it might take to do that. How would it be configured? How much might it cost? How are we going to deal with some of the potential concerns like liability and security and stuff like that? So we're going to get to work on it and
So people would drive their cars and just park them there?
get on a shuttle and go right down to the fast ferry.
So they could leave their cars, basically? It would be a
Overnight.
place-
Yep.
Maybe for longer than overnight?
Maybe for the weekend.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, and there's been some discussion already with the High Line and the Steamship Authority and Stop and Shop about what they might or might not be able to contribute to the shuttle. I think the general idea is this wouldn't really be a town-funded operation, hopefully. It would be funded by others.
Oh, I see.
There are some concerns, though, also about, like, for example, the airport. If we're
Yeah.
going out of our way, sort of, to set up this fast ferry shuttle, which I think is not a bad idea at all. But what sort of impact is that going to have on the airport? Right now, people could park at the airport, the lot, which is virtually not empty, but a lot emptier than it used to be, overnight. So there's nothing stopping from people from parking there and taking a cab downtown. And that might be what people have to start doing, for now anyway, because you can't park in the Stop and Shop lot overnight anymore. And we're getting a lot of complaints about
So many
contractor
people-
vehicles parking
They
overnight
are
downtown
there. They are
in
there.
general.
Yeah.
So
But, you know, if
it's
you
an
can
issue.
afford to fly, you can afford most likely to pay for parking over there. I mean,
Well, I would think
it's a
so.
lot more expensive
Well,
to
if-
fly than it is to take
Well,
the boat.
or take the boat. I mean, I think there are, maybe there is an arrangement the airport can make for, maybe they already have one, I don't even know,
Right.
for overnight or weekend parking. There might be a bit of a discount. I should know that, and I don't even know what I'm talking about when I say that. But we need to think about our airport too, because it's a town entity, and we know there's been issues with finances, and I don't think we want to harm that. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration. It's not that straightforward, but we're going to look into it and get a report back to the board, at least on the parking idea, for a couple weeks. Anything else, Gino?
What's happening next weekend?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Next week at the board meeting, I think it'll be a fairly quick meeting. There are some people that are going to be away. School
We'll be
vacation
away.
week.
We're
We'll-
taking a vacation.
We're going to take a vacation. Me and you, that is.
Yeah.
Not
Both of
together-
us.
Not together, though.
No,
That might be fun, though, if you and I went on a vacation together.
I don't think your
We better
husband would
not.
appreciate
We
that.
better not talk about that. We could do virtual vacation,
There you go. I'll
like we
text
did
you.
last year. Remember, we were both at
Yes.
Disney and we were texting
Yes,
and we
yes,
like
and
missed
we
each
never
other.
even ran into each
I
other.
know, that's so funny. So next week we have. What am I looking at here? We are not going to have a county meeting next week. Normally, the last Wednesday of the month is reserved for county, but we don't actually have a specific business item to take up. We are going to be having a discussion about the stabilization fund in advance of town meeting. I think the board is going to discuss the potential endorsement of a fertilizer regulations work group. And there was something else. I put my folder away already, but there's a couple of other minor things, but it's likely to be a fairly short meeting, and then
that's
we're
good.
back again full on the following week. So,
Okay, well, Libby, I hope you feel better.
thank
You
you.
know, you were out for like 2 weeks.
I was out for longer than I've ever been sick before in my entire work life.
Wow.
It really just got me, and I've heard that a lot of people have had similar illnesses or illnesses that have kept them out for longer than they ever expected. A lot of people in the town were sick. It's just been a sick winter.
It has been. Everybody,
Really.
if you haven't been sick,
If you haven't
plan
been
on it. sick,
and plan on it, or count your lucky stars if you haven't
know.
been sick, because you do not want what I had. It was just a whole head bad thing. It was very difficult. Even my kids started saying, are you ever going to go back to work? You better go back to work today. Okay, so that's it. Thanks very much. See you next time.